Hi guys, so I have DriverLadyPro here. The reason why they call me DriverLadyPro is because I can drive like a boss, but I try to stay classy like a lady. So I am doing a live stream video. If you are just getting in, if you are new here, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get more content just like this. So I try to talk about things that are going on in the Uber, but I also talk about Uber Eats. I talk about Lyft. I talk about gig shift in general. So let's get started. This is a Uber video, and I'm going to talk to you about this particular article that I found. So it says Uber Technologies is developing an on-demand staffing business called Uber Works, and the tech giant has been testing the services in Chicago. None other than Chicago. Uber Works would provide events and corporate functions with temporary workers such as servers and event staff, according to a source familiar with the product. The company has been running a pilot version of the business-to-business service for the past few months. Depending on the business partner using Uber Works, the temporary workers would, unlike Uber drivers, are hourly employees, could supplement a company or restaurant's existing staff. If an event planner needs more servers at the last minute, for an example, he or she could use Uber Works. Many of the details surrounding the service are still being developed, of course, because they don't really have a plan here. They're just going to jump in the water, including launch and expansion plans, the source says. So, yeah. The final times first reported that UberWorks is being tested in Chicago. Uber, which has about 600 full-time employees at its office throughout Chicago area, has jobs posting on its sites for members of a team that operates as a startup within Uber. The Uber description for a general manager role in Chicago says the candidate needs a strong interest in the on-demand labor space and the ability to be on call when the product is busiest, often nights and weekends and holidays. Besides its ride-hailing service, Uber also offers its food delivery service, Uber Eats, in Chicago. Additionally, the company has been building out its Uber Freight business, yada, yada, yada. Now, let me tell you the reason why they're doing. Uber reportedly is preparing to go public next year. It's common for companies looking at initial public offerings to try to increase its value by rolling out new products or bulking up existing ones, said Todd something or other, an audit partner at Deloitte, who works with public companies and companies preparing to go public. The more stories that you can sell, the more impactful your IPO will be. So Uber, the reason why they rolled out with those Uber debit cards is to make them look bigger. And the reason why, so all y'all, if you got an Uber debit card, I didn't, but if you got an Uber debit card, bam, that's the reason why. Okay, I'm going to check who's in the room. So we got 8 people in the room. I'm going to give a shout out to Not a Cab. Hey, buddy. We got Tita. Tita Talks in the room. Hey, she says, hey, honey. Hey. Smart Driver TV. Hey. And William Carnley. Hey, Tony B is in the room. Hey, Tony B, how you guys doing? Okay, let me finish with this and then we can chat more. So where did I stop off? It says the temporary labor services place in Uber competition with other gig finding companies are already operating in town. Chicago-based Shift Gig, for example, launched in 2011 as a job board and has grown into an on-demand platform. Uber is definitely a formidable competitor, says Eddie Liu, co-founder and executive chairman of Gig Shift. Well, Shift Gig or whatever it's called. But it validates the marketplace and it validates the business. People are interested in this type of work. Shift Gig employees are part-time workers through Uber Works. Though Uber Works employees are hourly, its drivers are independent contractors, and the company and the other gig economy employers have faced criticism over the designation because independent contractors do not share rights such as overtime pay, minimum wage requirements, or paid sick leave. So basically Tony B says, hey, Tita, good to hear you're doing good, guys. So basically all this does mention the fact, and I think this is very important to point out, Uber is having problems. They're having problems and they don't want to let people know. And of course, they're just going to ignore it. But I feel like one big thing is if they do become public, it's, I don't know if you guys know, but Uber is being protested in Africa now. I just saw something about Africa's protest. There's other parts of the whole world that is protesting Uber. It's not just little old me. Oh, man, DriverLadyPro. It's not just little old me. Everybody is up in arms about Uber. That the people that work for Uber. And so then they're rolling out with more stuff, and I know they're continuing to go forward because, first of all, they're going to make a lot of money with their IPO. If they become public, Uber is going to make a buttload of money. The Uber CEO, I don't know if you know this, but normal CEOs in the United States make 3 times as much as their counterparts in different countries. And what these people are doing is, all these people in Uber, they get paid ridiculous amounts of money, and then we're just the little guys on the bottom. And I just want you to know, that all these people have all the people that work for Uber in the Uber office, they have benefits. They can have free Uber rides, So this is just one more thing that is pushing Uber forward. Hey, Tita says, hey, I was getting gas. I just want to make sure that all you guys know that Uber is just getting bigger and bigger, and people are waiting for them to like us, but sometimes give us more money. Just the other day, I was in Paid to Drive's live stream, and somebody came in there and said, I like this job, but really, I wish we got paid more. And I wish all the Uber Eats people will be seen like, oh, I am not doing this crap anymore, because Uber Eats gets paid even less than regular Uber. Tina says, hey, how you been, honey? I don't know if you're talking to me, Tita, or if you're talking to Tony B, but I've been doing good. I just got a new webcam. DriverLadyPro has a new webcam. I got a new webcam, and now I can do, the whole problem with doing podcasts is I didn't have a webcam, or I didn't have a laptop, and I might be getting a laptop pretty soon too. So better set up. So how you guys doing? Where do you drive in, Tita? I'm sure I've asked you this before. Tita, everybody, please, will you put in the comments where you guys, where you're from and where you drive at? I know Tony B drives in Chicago. He's a Chicagoan. But Tony B, pretty soon they'll be having temporary. I see anybody that does a I don't know if this temporary worker, on-demand worker thing is going to work. I mean, I know there are people that are pretty ADHD and like popping around. Oh, William is from Dallas. Hey, William, I'm going to have to write that down. I've seen you. I probably asked you before. But people really don't necessarily like temp jobs. They do it like, oh, okay, I'll do something for right now. But I mean, how many of you guys like temp jobs? You don't really get like benefits, like, or, you don't get anything from it, just a paycheck every so often. And then if something goes wrong, you lose your job. I had my daughter was working as a temp, and they're like, oh, we're going to hire you in. We're going to hire you in any day. I know, they suck. They suck, says William. And so, and it really makes sense, actually, because Uber really is a bad employer as it is. They like to classify us as independent contractors, but they want to treat us like we're employees and tell us what to do. So this is another thing. Yeah. So we got 7 folks in the room. Tita says she already gave a thumbs up. Tita, I want to try and get 7 thumbs up, guys. How y'all doing today? I am just about ready to get out and drive. Once I'm done here, I'm going to hit the road. I need to make that money. Show me the money. Show me the money. I need some money. I know you guys do. Yeah. Oh, Tony says he's good, Tita. I came up with this ingenious idea. I'm like, how do I don't have a big space, and I put a thing up behind me, a sheet up behind me, so you didn't see my whole space. I just have a small space that we live in, So is Not a Cab still in the room? Uh-oh. The trucking companies do the same thing. They have been for years. They do the temp agent. Let me tell you a little story. I got to tell you a story. Short. My daughter was struggling to get a job, and I said, well, why don't you go down to the temp agency? Maybe you'll end up. This is why people buy into the temp agencies. Maybe they'll end up getting a job at that place if they perform well. So they kept telling her, "Oh, you might get a job." With somebody she worked with, maybe was trying to play a joke on her. She had what's called fishtail or something. Then why don't we? They went online and pretended they were somebody else that was interested in her, and then at work they started spilling the beans about what her life was about. Yeah, they were. And it was sexual stuff in nature. They were sexually harassing her, and she brought it to the attention of the company. And because she was a temp employee, out, not paying us, says Tita. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. It's just another reason not to pay us. I know. This is why DriverLadyPro is trying to get into doing more and more of this demonstration. I can't just lay down every day. When I put my head on the pillow, I'm like, I can't live with myself and continue on without doing something about this. You know, a lot of people think that this new surge is a wonderful thing, and it's not. It's not. And if they want to believe that, I can't change their minds. But I can continue to do what I want, what I'm doing, and go forward and speak out for the common guy. You know, that's true. Uber Eats driver paid less than X. Exactly. Uber Eats don't get paid by the minute. A lot of people think Uber Eats gets, Tita's in Washington, D.C. A lot of people think Uber Eats gets paid by the minute. You do not get paid by the minute. I don't make crap in Chicago. I made more money, actually. It depends on your market, but I made like $10 to $12 an hour. And I don't particularly want to continue doing it all the time. I just do it on my, Uber Eats pays more than X in Miami. Oh, Miss G. Here in Chicago, you can't do Uber Eats inside this city with a car. It's very difficult. Maybe if you have, because the parking is shitty here. So you have to go on the outskirts, and all the surge is like deep in the city. Tita says, "Hey, Miss G." So that is why it's difficult here in Chicago. All the surge is right in the middle of the city. And of course, we work surge, but now we got our surge taken away from us. Miss G says, "Hello, Tita Talks." So I don't know. You just do the best you can and keep hustling your hustle, you know, and do it smart. And, you know, I don't know what else, you know, I just try to keep going. And if I don't think something is right, I try to stand up for the little guy, because I feel like there are other people out there, lots and lots of people. Surge is gone in Miami. People just drive for base fare. I don't know why they drive. Yes, exactly. You don't make crap. You don't. And that little $60 or whatever your little bonus at the end of the week, that isn't enough. It isn't enough. And that's probably why they're like, well, I get that bonus at the end of the week if I drive more. I did mine. Thumbs up when I came in the house. Thank you guys for giving me a thumbs up. We still got 4. I saw you gave me a thumbs up though. there's no bonuses. Yeah, no promos, nothing. What? No promos, nothing? You don't get the bonus if you do so many rides in the week, even? That's terrible. You know why Uber does this? They do it because they can. They do it because they got so many people. The Uber CEO came here. And he said, "This is why if you don't want to work, go somewhere else because we really don't need you." And a lot of people, he did. He said, "If you don't," he said it in the Chicago Times. He said, if you don't want it, go somewhere else. So if you don't like what's going on, to hell with you. Basically, he didn't say those words exactly, but he's like, well, and they have plenty of turnaround. They have too many people coming in this job just because they're saying you're going to make $20 to $25 an hour. And then people get in here and go, oh, I'm not making $20 to $25 an hour. No, I that's not what I'm making, Yeah. So anyway. Well, I am going to wrap this bugger up. I got to get on the road. I'm sure you guys probably do too. What time is it here? It's 3:40, so it's time to get rolling and get out the door. Well, yeah, I'm just saying that. Yeah, Tita said, "I'm sorry that happened to your daughter." I'm just saying this is the way temp agencies work. You hurt yourself, you're gone. I hurt my leg when I worked at this place 3 months. No calling in, no nothing, just there every single day, trying to work my ass off. And guess what? I said I hurt my foot at home and I need to take time off to go to the doctor. That night they called me and said, "Sorry, we don't need you anymore." They don't need you. They don't need you. They don't need you. You're screwed. So there's nothing you can do about it. That happened to me. It happens all the time. I hope people don't give in to Uber Works, because then other companies will follow. I know. If we have an Uber Works, we'll have tons. All right. Uber started something, and now not only is Uber trying to become public, so is Lyft. So Lyft is going to try to do something, and Lyft is has like similar I think they have Google is the same for Lyft and Uber. Google is part of Lyft and Uber, and I think SoftBank, the investor SoftBank, is with Lyft and Uber too. So I think Lyft is it may fall. I'm not sure. I did see this thing. Well, should we start they did send in email saying, should we start I understand for us women, but for men, got to step it up. They said, Lyft sent me an email. If we started up a service station, would you use it or something like that? Is it a good idea? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So hustle hard, but hustle smart. And if you don't hustle smart, take your broke ass home. DriverLadyPro out.